Yes, Paul, the window, as you said, is a 72-hour window. Therefore, the release should happen at 9 a.m. GMT on Monday. That is noon local time. Probably not by chance. This is exactly the time in which U.S. President Donald Trump is about to visit Israel. He's set to land here on Monday morning and stay for a few hours until the afternoon, speak in the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, and be present in Israel at the time that the hostage release takes place. Here in Israel, of course, there's optimism, anticipation. I would call it a tense anticipation. It is true that everything seems to be indicating that progress is made, that this deal is eventually happening. The army withdrew to what is known in the deal as the yellow line, the new line where the army is positioned. Nothing seems to be indicating that there are more obstacles on the way, but Israelis have learned their lessons too many times, and people here are saying that until they do not see the living hostages with their eyes in Israeli hands, in Israeli territory, there's always a cautious feeling that something may go wrong. Therefore, optimism, yes. Anticipation, yes. But everybody waits to see what happens. And another issue, the wording of the agreement says that all 48 hostages will be released. We already know now that it's not going to happen. Not all 48 hostages will be released. Hamas already said that they does not know exactly the whereabouts, the location of all the 28 bodies, 10 or 15 bodies maybe even. They do not know exactly where they are. So we will see the release of the living hostages. We will see some of the hostage bodies being released. All 48 hostages, for the moment, it will not happen.
The Israeli military also saying that it will continue to respond to any threats. Could that mean that fighting could continue?
Yes, absolutely. And just an example of that was seen last night. Last night there was an Israeli bombardment of a structure in Gaza. According to Gazan officials, 4 people were killed there. Israel says that it was targeting Hamas militants that were trying to infiltrate the Israeli small bases that were still at the time in Gaza City. And we also know that an Israeli soldier was killed in fire exchange yesterday on Thursday. Therefore, Israel says that if fighting continues from the other side, from Hamas, Israel will respond. There are also certain lines that Hamas cannot cross. We know that Hamas will be very happy to kidnap more soldiers, dead or alive, and therefore the army, while retreating to its new positions, is in full preparation, in full awareness of anything. The army says, the chief of staff says, that these are very sensitive times, and the soldiers should be well aware, well prepared at all times for fighting to resume. There's hope, of course, that it will not happen, but constant preparation for a scenario in which it will happen.